Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is episode number 502. And it's Wednesday, the 3rd of May, 2017. Nice to see you. I got my friends here. We're going to have a fun time. Henry Baillie-Brown's going to be showing us a tool that you can use to make sick beats, aka music. We're going to turn you into a music producer.
For free.
Yeah, stick around. Sasha Dermatis over in the newsroom. What do you got for us?
Well, here's what's coming up in the Category 5.tv newsroom. A real-life Iron Man suit took flight on Thursday. Facebook to add 3,000 employees to watch for inappropriate content. Microsoft has announced their latest OS to compete against Google's Chrome OS. Amazon wants you to have meaningful conversations with Alexa. And Ubisoft is giving you a free weekend to play The Division. Stick around. The full details are coming up later in the show.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Our live recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category 5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. cat5.tv/TPN. And the International Association of Internet Broadcasters, cat5.tv/IAIB.
This is Category 5 Technology TV. Our website's category5.tv. It's easy to remember. I just realized it's Category 5 TV. It's category5.tv.
.tv.
See how easy that is, folks?
Ooh.
Head
Check
on over.
us out.
I'm still getting notes from people saying, I didn't know you did more shows than just tech.
That's just
Do many
amazing.
a show.
Yeah, we have 6 regular broadcasts
So far.
right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, so far. So if you want to head on over to our website, category5.tv, you'll be able to check out some of those. We're going to have some other shows picking up over the next couple of months because with summer here, what do we want to do? We want to put the drones up in the air. Our top seller this week, Henry, is drones.
That actually makes me feel so happy right now.
People are starting to feel the need to fly.
I have the need.
Were you out flying today?
Yeah, I was flying for clients today. It was fun.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful day, you know. Get some vitamin
Gorgeous
D.
day. First Wednesday in a while that it hasn't been rainy. And
I know, knock on wood, because it's supposed to be rainy all day tomorrow now.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
You can go to cat5.tv/fly to see some of the drones that I love, and you see them sometimes on the set here around us and everything. And of course, we've got NCC 1701. That's a given. But yeah, definitely, it's time to start flying tonight. Oh, introducing ourselves. I'm Robbie, by the way.
I'm Sasha.
And I'm not Henry.
Henry, looking sharp.
I know.
Yeah.
They took my hair and I made a few pillows out of it, you know.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
recycling.
It's a
and-
little
wool
spring
jacket.
cleaning.
Keep your
Yeah, you know what?
Sustainably?
Well, it's nice because I'm more aerodynamic now. So it's like, it's not like a giant sail on my head right here.
Right.
So it's like I'm not being blown around by the wind too much anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
like,
very aerodynamic.
The money you'll save on shampoo and conditioner alone.
I know, it's insane. Like I'm saving millions on shampoo.
You guys have
already.
no idea. You have no idea. Razors, on the other hand, unbelievable. Go to cat5.tv/shave. You'll see how I do it. Save
You
some
mean
money.
you're not naturally bald?
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
That was a baby spoon.
I did this, God did this. So let's just leave it at
Teamwork.
that. Yeah, we work together on this
I
one.
know. Dave has the same deal. Dave will probably kill me now for saying that, but he has the same deal.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
So
Well, it could be worse.
He goes
But
halfsies.
My problem is it grows in right here, like around, like from here down, and it grows in thick. So I always say I look like Bobo the Clown.
Right.
So I don't like that myself.
We could
That's
dye
just
it.
me.
Right,
If you
like-
want.
Just-
Like,
Yeah, like bleach it.
could ask your
This-
kids to dye it for
I could do
you.
a comb over. If I grow this side down
Oh, what
to
a great
here,
idea.
I could actually bring it back over
dye
and
the
nobody
weird
would know.
orangey blonde that Donald
Nobody would
Trump
know.
does. You think
Nobody would
so?
know.
Nobody would ever know.
No.
No.
That's what this summer's for. It's trial and error.
The skirted egg.
Let's say we get into the mailbag. We've got a lot of emails and comments through YouTube and email. Yeah, that's where emails usually come from.
From the interwebs.
Posts on our Twitter account and so on and so forth. Brittany Marie sent us one.
Yes.
Who's taking it?
I will.
All right.
Sasha.
Okay, so I have several PCs around the house. Ubuntu,
This
Linux.
is Brittany Marie.
Brittany, yes, not me. Okay, yes. Ubuntu, Linux, Windows, and Mac, plus a bunch of Pis doing different things, most of which probably don't require backing up more than config files. But the Linux, Windows, and Mac machines have stuff I wouldn't want to lose and have very and have various backup strategies. What's an open source Linux solution for backing up all these PCs remotely over my network? Can RDiff do anything like that?
Yeah, I would say RDiff Backup. It's RDiff-Backup. That's the one you want to look at. If you go back over some old shows here, I'm going to just do a quick little search on our website. If you go to category5.tv and then click on the search up at the top right, and when I'm there, I'm going to type in the search. I'm going to try this. LVM space backup. Let's see if it comes up, if my search query is good. Okay, we got Introduction to LVM Backups. Yeah, episode 461. Linux Backups with LVM Snapshots and RDiff Backup. So, looking at that, episode 461, of course, we were looking at LVM Snapshots, but RDiff Backup is separate from that. It doesn't require LVM snapshots. You can use it just as a backup tool, regardless of whether you want to use LVM or not. So that's how that episode, even if you're not doing LVMs, learn about RDiff Backup. It is awesome. You know about rsync, which is designed to remotely save things over a secure connection so that you can save them anywhere, do a backup, or copy files and synchronize them. Here are some of the core differences about RDiff Backup. First of all, it is a bit-for-bit backup. So what it does, if you create a full backup, then the next time you run the backup, it's only going to save the changes that you've made since that first backup. And then you can revert back. So a good example of why that is really amazing, I have a customer who has a 3 terabyte or a 4 terabyte external backup unit. And they were backing up full backup copies every night, and they could store about 7 days worth of backups.
Wow. Okay.
Now and so then they can go back. So if CryptoLocker hits, they lose all their files on today's file system, they can go back to day before yesterday, no problem, because there's a tar file and it's got everything.
Yeah.
Now with RDiff Backup, on the other hand, they can go back. We set it up in November of 2015. And they can go back to any day since that date, and they're using about a third of the space on the backup drive as they were previously for 7 days worth of backups.
It's like time traveling.
It's nuts. Yeah,
Very
well,
cool.
you say that. You think about Mac Time Machine.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of it. It's very, very similar in its mechanism. Because it's only saving the bits that have changed, regardless of whether it's a local file system or a remote file system, it's going to save you bandwidth. It's going to make it a faster backup. The backups used to take several hours. Now they take about 30 seconds. And most of that time is just checking the checksums and checking for changes before actually running the upload. So it has so many different advantages, but
Would that be safe against, and I am going to get this question possibly somewhat wrong. Be warned.
there's your warning right off the bat.
So something like this would work against, what is it when the hackers come in and they do something, you need to pay bitcoins? What's that called?
Should I just let that linger? I sometimes say CryptoLocker, but ransomware.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
ransomware. So would that, if you were to run that backup, like is it safe against ransomware? Like would that be a good thing? Remember how you said something that one time?
I might have said, oh yeah, that one time I said something.
The one time you said
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Where you said if you're backing up and you back up like the actual...
Back up the backup and save
But
the
no,
backup.
but if you're
Yeah.
backing up the virus, you back up the thing.
Yeah.
Right,
The,
and
the
then...
thing. Yeah. So...
You know the thing.
You know what? You know my question. I'm having a hard time putting it.
No,
in
I
words.
understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So RDiff
Sorry,
Backup
guys.
stores the bit changes
Right.
in such a way that you can go back to any day previous.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's not
So
like totally overriding in any way.
If a ransomware were to attack my network,
Yeah.
and then the backup runs,
Mm-hmm.
traditional backups would then be overwritten, and so now your backup is lost as well because the files are now encrypted.
Right.
Yeah.
So with RDiff Backup, yes, that still happens. It will still overwrite all of your files, and that night's backup will basically encrypt everything. But then when you realize that, you say, oh, well, let's go back to yesterday's backup. Oh, it must have happened on Saturday, so let's go back to Friday's backup.
So you can
And
just
you
go
do that.
back a day if you want, or 2
Okay.
days.
That's
or-
right. That's right. And then the key thing from a system administrator standpoint is just to make sure that the actual RDiff backup folder is not writable by an anonymous user, basically, so that
Okay.
ransomware can't go into that folder and start encrypting the
okay.
actual backup itself.
So you like it's only certain privileges then. So it's like only this user can do this at this time.
You can set it up if you wanted. The only user who has access to overwriting the backup folder is the backup user, and that backup is never able to be touched by any of the other users. Right? So
that's amazing.
Makes a lot of sense. Give it a look. All right. And check that out. Brittany Marie, thanks for the question. What do we got from Vega Ska?
I can do Vega Ska. The description of the game Sasha gave in episode 501. It's already... What episode are we on now? 504?
502.
502? So last week.
Only last week. But
last week. Okay, so I'm
time
just going crazy.
Again,
reminds me of
nuts.
Moon Patrol. So is that a possible game?
I want that to be real.
One of her favorite games. That's awesome. One of your favorite games for the Atari. Could that be the one?
From
Saludos desde Mexico.
Oh, they got some Mexican in there.
Wait.
Saludos desde Mexico. You see this?
This could very well be it, except that in my mind it goes the other direction. Can you go the other direction?
We're watching a preview on YouTube? Or no, you have
I don't remember any of the shooting.
Okay.
This is the closest.
Does it look kind of like it?
This is, yeah. This is the closest I've seen. Like, those are the little valleys.
Jumping over the valleys?
I don't see any
and you're
major
like the chicken
man? Chicken men. Yeah, chicken men.
I was obviously quite young when I played this.
She was drunk at the time.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lightweight. I was NyQuil or something.
Do you think that might be?
That might be it.
This
it's
is
the
like
closest we've got. I actually, honestly, I feel like it might not be it, but it's absolutely the
it's a very
closest.
Close approximation.
Like what I was playing was likely like a rip-off version of Moon Patrol.
You think so? She had the rip-off version.
I don't remember having to shoot things out of the sky, but then again, maybe I just didn't. Maybe I just
you just ran and jumped and got blasted because you were only 4 and you didn't know how to push the buttons.
It could very well be mystery solved. Moon Patrol is the answer, I think.
Moon Patrol.
I think so.
I think so.
And if you have any suggestions as to what you think it might have been, you let us know.
If you know other games that are very similar to Moon Patrol.
Knockoffs of Moon Patrol.
Yes.
Without shooting and more bunny-like.
And going in the other direction.
Going in the other direction. Right to left. It was the Hebrew version. All right, let's have a quick look at our prize bin. We have upgraded the Kilowatt. The Kilowatt, we described it last week. It's a cool device that you plug in, and then you plug your devices into it, and it will tell you how much power it's using, how much it costs you. This is something you can win in the treasure chest. We've upgraded that since to the Rio Rand Plug Power Energy, which has a built-in battery backup. So that if you're working in a tight space, say behind your fridge or something, you want to find out how much energy your fridge is using, the Kilowatt got really, really difficult to get in there and see the screen because as soon as you unplug it, it loses its memory. So we've upgraded it to one with a battery backup for you so that when you're done testing, you can unplug it, you can look at the screen, and the battery keeps it running for you so that
it doesn't reset every time you take it out.
You push the reset button.
It
also allows you to program your kilowatt, your per kilowatt hour price for electricity, and then that way the equation that it shows you, the actual amount that device is costing you, is accurate down to the penny.
Wow.
Very cool stuff.
Really
it doesn't deal with like time of day stuff. You'd have to calculate that yourself, but you program in one price and it will tell you the equation. We've also got a Category 5 Season 7 collectible photo book in the treasure chest. We've got Amazon gift cards, a VR headset so that you turn your smartphone into a virtual reality viewer. We've got Chipolo Bluetooth tracking devices so that if you ever lose your stuff, your keys and things like that, you can bring it up on your phone and see a map and track that device. We've got the world's best coffee mug, which I love. It's a vacuum sealed thermos mug, stainless steel, no plastic in the cup itself. Then we've got a micro drone with a 6-axis gimbal and a StickBot green screen kit. So all these things are in a treasure chest right now, and you, in order to qualify to win any one of those prizes, and you get to pick. This is the fun thing about the treasure chest. We open it up for you if you win, and you get to select which prize you want.
Wow.
And the way that you can qualify for that is to send us an email, contest@category5.tv, and simply tell us a little bit about what you love about the show, how you found us. Just give us a little bit of a backstory. Tell us about yourself and what you love about Category 5 TV. So speaking of, we've got a couple of ballots. We can't get into all of them tonight, but let's take a look at now. Brittany Marie was commenting off the top of the show. Let's jump into Brittany Marie's comment where they said, I stumbled into Category 5 TV through a through a Google search for information on running Plex on a Raspberry Pi. So, episode 459 was my hook, and I've had perfect attendance ever since. We're going to start taking attendance.
Can we
We can take
give them like a golden
We
sticker?
should, yeah. Yeah, like a golden... We're going to have an attendance chart. Garby is like in the lead right now with like 400 episodes under his belt, and Brittany Marie is catching up really, really fast. Says, at near retirement age, the show feeds my hunger for continued learning. Awesome. Yeah. I've greatly increased my knowledge of Linux, which has done much to improve my capabilities as, in an IT career. It's such a fun show with the added value of revealing trends in cutting-edge technology, and I'm always happy to use the affiliate links to support the show with my weekly Amazon orders. Thank you so very much. Keep up the outstanding work. It's always appointment TV for me. Thanks, Brittany Marie. Sasha, do you want to take a look at the next one for us?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I knit. Says.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I knit. This is the
Yes,
name.
I knit.
The other cool thing about this contest is that we're getting to meet some of our fans
It's
and
interesting.
friends, viewers of the show that aren't frequenting. They aren't freaks. They aren't frequenting the chat room. And so we don't get to communicate with these folks often. So Yes, I knit sent us a ballot as well.
I just want to say something about knitting. I used to knit, and now, like, as soon as I read that, I'm like, oh,
I finger crochet.
I should knit.
I used to knit as a kid.
I cork work.
I knit
I
a
used-
scarf.
I used to knit on flights, just with round needles and hats. But now you can't.
Now they don't allow needles.
Now they don't allow needles on flights. It's not like I just flew
Finger
around
crochet.
Canada.
I know.
Way to do it.
Sasha might be a little attention with a needle.
That's right. Okay.
All right, take it away.
Yes, I Knit says, I found the show by discovering Mangle Fox 70 on the Pixel Shadow and have been watching ever since. So you have Mind Test to thank for my attention. Your show has taught me so much about Ubuntu, and when my last update to Ubuntu failed, I was able to install Ubuntu Mate after watching your show about it. You and the crew are amazing, and I love the fact that not everyone you have in the crew is a computer genius. I
Aw,
love you.
Sasha.
It's me. This makes it very easy for a noob to the Linux universe feel less stress. I feel stressed just even asking a simple question, so I can only imagine.
What's this thing?
Okay, keep that.
What's this button do?
That'd be cool.
Keep the how-tos up, and remember the audience has a number of beginners. Robbie, you do tend to go a lot over my bald head. There you go. I do love the knowledge you inspire. I've bought many books to help me understand the things you are sharing. Clearly, I'm not a very good reader. Keep the Sasha show going. Oh, that one.
Did you add that?
It says that.
Show.
It actually says that.
It actually says that.
That should be like an
And
actual
yes,
show.
I knit is bald. That's good.
So
Represent?
is this is Yes, I Knit a male?
Well, not necessarily. Possibly.
We don't know.
Gender non-specific. However, a knitting bald man or woman could knit many a toque for themselves.
There you go. Keep yourself warm in the Canadian winters.
There you go. Speaking of Canadian winters, guess what the next wonderful comment says?
I'm cold. I'm hungry.
Oh,
I
Canadian,
haven't left my igloo. What does it say?
Okay, so Angela says...
Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela. My favorite thing about the show is Robbie's great Canadian accent.
Hey?
I'm guessing that it's because you say thank you so much.
That's what does it.
I don't know.
Please
eh?
and thank yous.
Oh, yeah, what about that, eh? Oh. Such a hoser.
We actually, in school, we have to learn that theme song, so...
Really?
Yeah.
School has changed.
Maybe things have changed.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Well, thank you. It's interesting, isn't it, that you don't hear an accent in yourself. You hear it in
We're just
other
used
people.
to it.
So where are you from? That's the question. So when you say I've got the Canadian accent, what does that mean? Like,
Could be Australian, crikey, or it could be from Schweiz, Switzerland, or
he's good.
Mexico,
as
mentioned earlier. No, really, that's the cool thing about
I'm not even going
Category
to start
5.
taking stabs at it. Not even going to start.
Hey, that's a cool thing about Cat 5 is that since we're on the internet, everyone can get through to Category 5.
And I've got Scottish and Irish in my blood, and every mix of everything else.
Aye.
And born and raised here in Canada. It's a regular old party.
I know that I'm half Lithuanian and half Scottish, which is interesting if any of you are Lithuanian and you realize that I am not like ridiculously tall and blonde with blue eyes like every single other Lithuanian I've ever met. So I look like some
the
sort
Scottish
of poser.
Shortened you?
I guess so. Like shortened me and darkened me. I was born in Canada, obviously, but my like heritage has like this tall blonde inside me.
It'll come out one of these days, Sash.
That's right.
Do we have time for one more?
Yes.
Okay. David says, I found episode 337, going way back. I was researching how to move a Linux home partition. That's one that keeps coming up that you and I did.
That's right.
One of your earlier shows, and that was a really great episode. Says, I have been watching from around episode 419 and had joined Patreon shortly after. Thank you so very much. David says, I like finding out about new hardware, software, gadgets. I also like keeping up with the tech news since I am not into the computer industry but do use computers with a slight Linux bias. Sounds like a Sasha fan.
Yay. Thanks, David.
Thanks, David.
I'm
Definitely.
a big David fan.
So if you've sent in your ballot, do know that we have counted that, even if we didn't get a chance to read it on air tonight. Thank you so much for all your kind comments, folks, and we will definitely love to receive your ballots. All you have to do is email contest@Category 5 and share some words about the show. All right, we've got to take a really quick break. When we come back, Sasha Dermatis is over in the newsroom, a.k.a. right here, and she's got our top tech news with a slight Linux bias, so stick around.
Jeff Weston.
Yeah, man.
You're building a brand new, beautiful website.
What?
Aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website? You need hosting. One of the things about a hosting account is you don't want to have limitations put on your website.
It's true.
How much hard drive space do you have? How many email accounts? How many domains can point to it? Well, we've got an amazing deal for you. For a very limited time, cat5.tv/dreamhost. For just $5 and a bit of change per month, you are going to get unlimited website hosting, unlimited email accounts on that hosting service. You are also going to receive a free domain name.
Ooh.
So your own .com.
Nice.
To put that amazing website that you've been working on
It's true.
there. If you want to build a WordPress site, fine. Sign up, cat5.tv/dreamhost.
Just don't put Panama Papers on it.
Just don't do it. But hey, it's a great deal, folks. Best deal you're going to find. $5 and change per month. Go to cat5.tv/dreamhost.
I'm Sasha Dermatis, and here are the top stories for the week of May 3rd, 2017. British inventor Richard Browning lifted off from the shore of Vancouver Harbour on Thursday in a personal flight suit that inspired references to Iron Man. Using thrusters attached to his arms and back, Browning flew in a circle and hovered a short distance from the ground, captivating attendees at a prestigious TED conference. The personal flight suit is capable of propelling wearers much higher and faster, according to its creators. The extreme athlete and engineer said the hypothesis was that the human mind and body, if properly augmented, could achieve some pretty cool stuff. Browning told of experimenting with various numbers and arrays of essentially miniature jet engines on his limbs. Along the way, he said, there were more than a few crashes to the ground. Browning said the whole journey was about trying and failing and learning from that. The first reasonably stable 6-second flight with the gear inspired his team to press on. His startup, Gravity, formally debuted about a month ago. Browning said he is already getting interest from investors and some in the British military who told him that they had given up on the flight feature of an Iron Man suit until seeing his human propulsion gear. I will say he's been testing this in Canada, where there's free healthcare.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, you know.
Sneaky.
If you're going to fly and fall, you might as well be here.
You slapper.
That is so crazy cool.
Okay. Mark Zuckerberg announced today that his company, Facebook, will hire 3,000 additional employees over the next year in an effort to respond to reports of inappropriate materials on the social media network and speed up the removal of videos showing murder, suicide, and other violent acts. The hiring spree is an acknowledgement by Facebook that, at least for now, it needs more than automated software to improve the monitoring of posts. Facebook Live, a service that allows any user to broadcast live, has been marred since its launch last year by instances of people streaming violence. Zuckerberg, the company's co-founder, said in a Facebook post the workers will be in addition to the 4,500 people who already review posts that may violate its terms of service. Zuckerberg said, "We're working to make these videos easier to report so that we can take the right action sooner, whether that's responding quickly when someone needs help or taking a post down." The 3,000 workers will be new positions and will monitor all Facebook content, not just live videos. We've yet to learn where the jobs will be located. That's going to be a tough work because you want live to be live, right? Like you want live to be live if you're going to call it live, but now you have to...
I don't think that that's the intent behind live broadcast. That's the sad thing. The sad thing about this whole world that we live in is like this kind of crap shouldn't happen. Sorry.
It's sad. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Microsoft launched its latest version of Windows 10 yesterday, Windows 10S. It's designed for education and to take on Chromebooks and Chrome OS. The biggest change to Windows 10S is that it's locked to only work with Windows Store apps. That means you'll need to find the apps in the stores, download and install them, and many desktop apps like Photoshop and Chrome simply aren't in the store yet. Microsoft claims that security and performance will both be improved with Windows 10S. Since apps won't be able to run unless they're packaged and available in the Windows Store, that should help prevent malware and unnecessary apps from running at boot up. While you will be able to install a different browser on Windows 10S, users won't be able to alter their default browser. That means if you click on a link from within an app, you'll be forced into Microsoft's Edge browser. I've never even heard of that. Microsoft is also locking down Microsoft Edge to only work with its Bing search engine. You'll be able to use the Google website, of course, but if you type your query into the address bar, it's Bing all the way. This new OS will likely lead to some confusion for users who pick up a cheap laptop and want to start running desktop apps and can't find them in the store. That was a major hurdle for Windows RT, and Microsoft will have to manage the inevitable consumer confusion better this time around.
So you've never heard of Edge?
No.
It's pretty edgy.
What? It's what?
Let's just say you've got a friend who, anytime they encounter your computer, the very first thing that happens?
Yeah.
Chrome.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you, Robbie.
You're welcome.
You've saved me, I think, from a lot.
She's never even seen Edge. That's how good of a friend I am.
Good job, Rob.
She doesn't even know what it is.
Pat on the back. It's awesome.
It would seem Amazon wants you to have meaningful conversations with Alexa. Amazon recently released new tools to app developers that allow Alexa to whisper, show emotion, and pause naturally like we humans do.
Wow.
I don't
Dave, buy the dollhouse.
What if that actually happens, though? Like subliminal messaging. It's like, oh, it would be really nice if we had this dollhouse, you know?
What about if you talk in your sleep? Right? Alexa's in
scary.
the room and you talk in your
starts
sleep.
whispering to you?
Or you start whispering.
Singing you lullabies?
I don't know about... I don't know.
Lullaby.
Just something out of a horror movie now.
It's getting really
Alexa
creepy,
wants
this
you
Alexa.
to have deep, meaningful conversations, but you know what? This could help. This is like that girlfriend in a box situation. Remember that news story?
Get
That's
back in
actually
your
a thing
box.
from Japan.
I know.
It's a real thing.
There's a
It's
real thing.
interesting. And I have friends who like are really into anime and they're like, yeah, I'm all for this. I'm like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird about that.
But now your girlfriend in a box wants to have deep, meaningful conversations with you.
So you don't need a real girlfriend.
Alexa just became very needy.
Wow.
I don't know if
buy
that's in the
Alexa a ring
programming,
and-
but it's coming.
Okay, that wasn't written in the news story.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's digressing. she's embellishing the news.
That's right. I'm judging Alexa, but you know what? Do what you think is right. And that's just the start, says Rohit Prasad, Amazon's head scientist for Alexa, who is playing a key role in the retailer's efforts in artificial intelligence for Alexa, using computers to converse with us. Prasad says, I truly believe that for AI to be useful in our lives, it has to be something you can connect with. Conversation is the next step to be more human-like. Alexa competes with other personal digital assistants like Apple's Siri, Microsoft's Cortana, and the Google Assistant, and has emerged as one of the leaders in voice computing. The Echo product is one of Amazon's most popular, and many head-to-head reviews cite Alexa as the most effective. I don't know a lot about Alexa. I like the idea. I just don't like I just don't want it to be too human. It's just weird because I'm
Okay,
pro
that makes
robot,
sense.
but
Yeah.
I want there to be a clear line between human and robot.
Would you like me to make that lasagna just like your grandma?
But I just want it to sound far more robotic.
Yeah.
Or like, what if you're having an argument with your spouse and then Alexa's like, I don't like the way that she's talking to you.
Just let her go.
It gets too deep, too fast.
Let her leave.
Let it go. Starts
Tone
playing
is
Let It
very
Go.
aggressive. Let it go. Alexa starts
That's when
yelling.
Alexa gets thrown across the room. And
No, no, Alexa.
Okay, Ubisoft really wants you to like The Division, so go play it for free. Whether you're on a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Windows PC, you'll be able to download and install an unlimited copy of the game from tomorrow until Sunday. That's May 4th to 7th, 2017 for those of you catching this in 2028. Any progress you make during the free weekend will, of course, carry over should you decide to buy the game. The Division is Ubisoft's answer to the increasingly popular brand of live games like Destiny, which draw inspiration from the social emphasis and event-driven gameplay of MMORPGs. In this one, players are deposited into a post-apocalyptic version of Midtown Manhattan. Widespread illness led many to flee the city before it was quarantined, and those who are left have kinda lost it. You step into a role of a government operative in the Division, a network of trained sleeper agents that don't activate until things get really bad. Along with the free weekend, Ubisoft will also be running a sale on the Division. You'll be able to pick up the standard version of the game on PS4 and Xbox One for $19.99 until May 15th. The PC version is also on sale for $5 more until May 7th. I feel like I'll probably get Dave to play this. Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Dermatis.
Thanks, Sasha. This is Category 5 Technology TV. We've got to take a really quick break. When we come back, Henry's got a presentation for us. He's going to show us how to make beats. Fat, sick beats. Don't go anywhere.
Now here's another great way you can support the shows you love from the Category5.tv network by shopping at GearBest.
That's right, Jeff. cat5.tv/GearBest. It's an online store for the geek streak in you.
Or the loved ones.
Well, of course. I mean, especially your loved ones, right? Because cat5.tv/GearBest, quite frankly, has all of the greatest tech gifts that you could ever hope for at rock-bottom prices.
Do they have cell phones?
You betcha. Cat5.tv/GearBest has a wide assortment of unlocked Android cell phones and tablets.
What about consumer electronics? Those make a great gift.
Absolutely. From high-tech watches to action cameras, headphones, even virtual reality headsets. Cat5.tv/GearBest has you covered. They literally have it all, Jeff. Literally.
Really?
It's like a superstore right from the comfort of your own chair at your computer through the interweb.
Yeah, there's no way they have it all.
It's true.
It's just a bunch of random electronics.
Test me.
What about clothes?
Yep. Both men and women, fashionable apparel at rock-bottom super-duper prices.
Kind of like this.
Well, look at this coat. What do you think? It's a slimming mock leather jacket.
I love it.
It's available for less than $30 plus free shipping at cat5.tv/gearbest.
All right, you kind of got me there.
Wow. Any other questions for me, Jeff?
Now that the winter has passed, flying season. Do they have any good deals on, say, drone copters?
Oh my goodness! Well, check this out. Dude, they have everything. Check out over 500 various drones. And not only that, they're available marked down by about 30 to up to 63% off the regular price.
Love it. What's the website again?
Well, you're going to find GearBest on our partners pages for any of your favorite Category 5 TV shows like New Every Day, Category 5 Technology TV, The Pixel Shadow. But of course, if you want to shop absolutely right now and you want to go straight to the site, all you have to do is visit cat5.tv/GearBest.
See, that's easy. cat5.tv/GearBest.
That's right. Happy shopping.
Welcome back. This is Category 5.
Can't get her to do anything with a straight face. Hey, check out our website, category5.tv. Henry Baillie-Brown has brought us beatboxes with us because it's in Chrome.
You know what? That's the coolest thing about this is that you don't have to download anything to your computer.
Nice.
And it's free. And you can actually use it to make some sick beatsies.
But Henry, what is it?
It's your imagination. Just kidding. No, it's actually a website, guys. So throughout Category 5, we've mentioned so many amazing online tools like Pexels, so like free images. You have GIMP, which is you can of course edit images. But now we're switching sensors from your eyes to your ears and your soul. So today, and we're getting really deep, guys. It's called audiotool.com, and it is a free website with a free built-in audio mixing software. So if you ever used GarageBand, Mixcraft, other tools like that, it's like that, but it's literally all in the cloud, and it's all web-based, and it's free. So
and it's free.
Free.
Yeah, I know. You can ask for a refund, but you get nothing back because it's free. But you can still ask for a refund.
Might as well try. You know.
But yeah, so it's like honestly, anyone can try for free. Again, it's online. It's audiotool.com, and if you're, for example, if you have an online TV show, if you have a podcast, if you want to just make some sweet introductions for music-wise, then this is your site, right?
This is it.
And yeah, if we switch
take us for the tour, can we see?
Yeah, for sure. So what you're seeing now is it. It's amazing. I can't really. Is there a way to like scroll like mousepad, like scroll in?
Oh, like mousepad?
Or no, it's okay. I can use the top left here. I can use this guy. So pretty much.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah, it's
so
okay.
You actually are navigating around.
That's the coolest part. Is that it's visual. Because a lot of programs nowadays, especially if you aren't a musician or anything else, if you're a guy like me who just wants to make some sick beatsies or whatever you want to call them.
Beaties.
Beats.
You're the Beaties boy?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. But no, like it's all visual. So like as you can see here on the wonderful screen that's taking over my face.
I'm just I'm kind of as he's speaking, I'm setting up shots here so that you guys can see this. So bear with me here.
It's probably all going to be edited post anyways. So.
All right, so take us for the tour here.
Yeah, for sure. So this is kind of a basic setup that we have here. So if you have any audio experience at all, or if you've seen any movies about it, this actually, you know what? Let's just make a really fast project here. I'm just gonna say they can hear it, right? It's plugged in audio-wise?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I press play right now,
I don't know if they can hear you. Can you guys hear him talk at the same time?
Probably not. So while we're waiting for them to get back, hopefully they can hear.
I'll just turn down the volume.
Yeah. I can even just turn it down with sliders.
So we'll just. Oh yeah. Well, I just turned it down right here. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much these are like really simple things you can do, and this is just like a really simple project that I made literally in like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm just gonna create a new file file right now just to show how easy the site is, because again, it's all visual based.
And you're just doing this in Chrome.
Yeah, this is all in Chrome. Like, this is literally just a web browser. So I'm just going to start an empty project, all right? And this is what you get. So this represents your out. So this is like your final product. And this is your audio board. It looks really complicated.
So amazing.
It might look complicated. Don't worry. Pretty much all you need to know is that each volume mixer, so like each slide here is a different track. So it's just like GarageBand and Mixcraft and all those guys. You have loops, which may or may not load. There you go. So, and these are free. Wow. So if you got random loops that you can use, all right? And again, these are all, most of them are Creative Commons, so you can use them for whatever you're doing. So let's say if I find a loop that I really like, simple click and drag into my workspace, boom, and
just
it's
like
there.
That?
It's there, and it's automatically connected. And again, since it's visual based, you literally see a wire come from our little audio file that's represented at this as this little block, and it goes into the first audio mix right here. So if I press play, you can see it right here. And I can edit the levels, I can make it louder, not as loud. So it's like that, and you can import your own sounds. So like if you're a drummer and you do your own things like that, you can do that as well. And you, if you have a mic, you can add your own voice.
You add singing and stuff?
You can add your own music. You can add your beautiful angel-like voice.
My hip-hop sick rhymes. Nice. So okay, so how long would it take to put a beat together?
I can do one right now.
Could you do one right now?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to show them something really cool.
All right, we want to see this.
And it's really interesting because
just to take you there, this is audiotool.com, which surprisingly enough was actually my DJ nickname.
Wow. Hello, audiotool.com. Maybe it's your site. Okay, really quickly, because there's a lot to show here and we don't have that much time. On the right here, so like, again, these are like a lot of loops, and there's a lot of user-made loops too, so you can upload your own if you want. Is that here we have like different things called drums, synths, tools, and effects, all right? So I just want to touch on like the tools and effects today. So something here called Tone Matrix, I put it into my work area, boom. Again, you see it automatically goes to the second track right here, but this isn't a loop. This is your own tool. So pretend if you have a beat in your head like na 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 or something like that. Sure. Let's draw a pretty pattern here, and you'll see what I mean. So if I go like this,
oh, it's like a piano roll.
And if I press play,
no way!
I'm just gonna solo that.
It was that easy.
Write my name.
You can make a smiley face and hear what like a smiley face looks like.
See what does my name sound like?
And then you add this other guy back. One sec. Yo, his name's Robbie. What? It's such a showtime. What? Woo. And no, and that's the amazing part about these tools is that they're free, yes, but they're powerful. And that's so great to see on the internet nowadays. And one other thing I will show you before we do anything else is that we have a little panel here called effects. So again, if you've ever used like a program before like Mixcraft or GarageBand, you have like effects that reverb, for example. So if I click and drag this into my workspace, it's here as well. But I'm not sure if there's any musicians in our audience, but if you ever see like those foot pedals that like guitarists have or something, they kind of look like this. But see how it says out right here? I'm gonna have to zoom in to show you. It says out on our little audio matrix here.
Okay, yeah.
If I click and drag this,
you can rewire things?
Yeah, again, it's all visual. So if I take the out from this guy and put it into the reverb, so it goes from here to the reverb, and from the reverb back into my audio panel, and I play again, it's kind of hard to notice because this one already has reverb a little bit, but I can now control a reverb effect.
You definitely hear that if you had a vocal track or something like that.
Yeah, and again, there's so many effects, there's so many tools, and I'm going to show one more tool off, and then we can just let them play around with this. And to show just how powerful this tool is, let's get out our wonderful giant machine of amazingness right here. It'll take a second to load. There you go. Now, again, since this is a free website, there's a lot of users on it. All right.
Is that a TS404? What is that?
I'll show you.
It's like a pad of some sort.
If you right-click, you can say load preset.
Yeah.
And again, there's some made by audio.com, etc.
Yeah.
But let's say ambient kick, or no, instant dubstep. Let's get Robbie dancing here.
Sweet.
Let's apply. And it's loaded in a few tracks already.
I see. Okay, yeah.
So now
that's a drum roll.
Yeah, and it's just like before, but if I press play now.
A little bit of trip hop.
Yeah, and you can just add them by yourself. And you can see it go along. Again, I'm not sure how many like music people are out there, but you can change it so then like goes by fourths, go by 16ths.
Like I say, now they're all music people.
That's right.
You guys are.
It's easy.
It's accessibility, and that's the cool thing about the internet is that again, free tools like this accessible to everyone. And if you're a YouTuber, if you like making just music for fun, if you do it professionally, just want like a new tool to play around with.
Sure. Or
it's
kids.
Great.
Like my son is 9 years old. And
exactly.
He does stop motion stick bots and things like that.
This can be something
he
he can
said
use.
to us, I wish I could add my own music.
He can.
And he can now.
Now he can.
And that's the cool thing is that since it's all visual based, a lot of programs nowadays, like the high end ones, again like GarageBand and stuff.
Yeah.
GarageBand isn't, I guess, high level, but it's a good intro level.
Right.
Is that there's a lot of buttons and it can get confusing
like
and there's
like
a lot of settings.
FL Studio, for example.
Yeah.
Really pro software.
Exactly.
But you have to be good with computers, good with music.
Exactly.
And you got to be able to set it up. This looks
exactly
drag and drop simple.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing is that it's very visual based. You saw things that you can actually connect wires, you connect things to effects. So it's a great teaching tool. But again, you saw how powerful this can be. And we've only been playing around with it for 5 to 10 minutes. So you can make an introduction to a podcast. You can just play around for fun, right?
You could get really lost in it and just, discover your... Yeah.
And on the main page of this website, there are plenty of examples. If you just go there right now, people make entire songs. Like you just saw me make like a 10-second loop. You can make entire songs and add your own voice. Or if you want to be superstar... Make your mix track.
So you mentioned that a lot of this stuff is Creative Commons. Can you export to like an MP3 file? Or
Yes,
an
you can.
File?
And before we go, I want to show how to do that because if you save draft, click File, Save Draft there. The important thing to note is that you give it a title, so Henry's Cool Track, whatever. You can upload cover art. So again, if you make something in GIMP, there you go. You can upload it there. Tags for internet, etc. On the very bottom here, it says license. If you click on license, boop, there's 3 options.
You can set your own license?
There's 3, and this is important because the first 2 are Creative Commons, all right? So share alike, 3.0, and non-commercial, pretty much attribution, all right? So what these 2 options do is say that it actually puts them on a website so people can use your loops that you make in their own loops. So it's a huge community right now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you don't want, like, if you're doing your own album or something, you can say all rights reserved, and it won't share it for you, right? So if you want to keep it private, you can do that. So you can just say copyrighted so and so, all right? So, but yeah, so that's a cool thing. Again, you can control your own license. And it's really cool because, again, anyone can use the site. And I think we're seeing more and more of these kind of programs pop up. And
it's Flash-based, so you do need to have Adobe Flash.
Very true. It is Flash-based.
Caveat, so
if you are running Linux or something and you don't have Flash installed, so again, we had to reboot. Yeah, we had to reboot the computer to open up Windows.
But, which is fine. You can run it in Linux, of course, through your browser, but you'd have to have Flash, and I don't have Flash installed on my Linux system. So how do you export as a file that I can listen to or take into my sequence? Like, say I wanted to take it into a multi-track editor or something and add some vocals separate from the website.
Exactly. So it's actually really simple. You just go to File. So on top, you click File, you save your draft. I'm going to call it Henry's Sick Beats or something amazing like that. Henry's Beat. So Henry's Beat, I'll take an awesome mix because it's like...
He's a beat farmer. That's going to be your band name.
Notes. Yeah, totally. And
beat farmer.
Today I'm feeling like you can use my music, but you can't use it commercially. And I'll click Save. So it's just going to take a second. It's like, and we made a draft. So now it's saved in the cloud.
Yep.
So if I wanted to like publish, I just click this button that has now appeared, publish, boop, and the sound of silence. So pretty much it's saying I haven't made a whole song yet. There's still gaps in there.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just like, okay, we're all right. So it just asks you some final questions. So do you want to let others use this mix to remix? So it's like, yeah, sure. So it's like I say publish, and then it takes a few minutes to render, and then at the end of that process, you could say, you know what? Yeah, download. So you can save it, and other people on the net, you can say, do you want them to download it? Yeah.
You know what's cool
So now-
about this?
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
So Beyonce can use it. Like anybody
Oh,
can use it.
Beyonce
Anyone can
does
use
use
it.
it.
That's-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes her own sick beats.
But
Yeah,
yeah, like
sponsored.
Henry could make beats that Beyonce could use in her next
Right.
video.
Well, here's the
Wouldn't
thing.
that be neat?
I say this again and again. It's accessibility, right? So it might take a few minutes for it to go server side. So I'm just going to close that. But again, there's like they have like all these singles that are on the website as like
Okay, so
Creative
he's just looking
Commons.
Yeah. So here's my thought, just as a final kind of thought from my perspective.
Yeah.
When I'm producing music on a computer, I have certain resource requirements. If I want to
Exactly.
be doing these kinds of mixes, I'm going to need a pretty killer computer.
Yeah.
Now, and I got to meet all those requirements. I've got to have inputs on the computer, all that kind of crazy stuff to make music. This takes away that requirement because it's all cloud-based.
Exactly.
So now I could be probably doing this from a little netbook or something if it's got
Yeah.
because it's in your browser.
Yeah, we're doing it on
all
this
the
machine.
work
We're
is
doing
being
it-
done on a server.
And that's a really interesting part about it is that again, I'll say it again, is accessibility. It takes that entire idea of having to need this honking machine.
Yeah.
So then anyone can do it now.
My studio is my laptop.
So the
Sitting
next
at a coffee
Mozart.
shop, sipping a mocha.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
So maybe we've inspired the next like Beethoven or someone today.
Dubstep, Beethoven. Nice. That would be an awesome mix. Well, there you have it. It's audiotool.com. Thanks, Henry.
Thank you.
This has been Category 5 Technology TV, and it's been such a pleasure having you here. Don't forget to send your contest ballot. If you want to get a peek into the treasure chest, all you have to do is email contest@category5.tv. That's all the time that we have.
Oh.
That
Thanks
was
to
a
the two of you.
fast hour.
It
flies.
always goes by, doesn't it? I look forward to Wednesday nights, and it goes by like that. And every time, it's just so much fun.
It's teary-eyed.
much
It's
fun.
over.
Thanks, everybody. Comment below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. And we will catch you next Wednesday night. See ya.